Hey, you should have seen our last Archimon kill, man. Me and Carl were the only people alive.
What?
Do you remember that last Archimon we did? Like, only you and I were alive, and
Maybe. I like it's so long ago. I don't have my
it was
memory is
just
so
3 weeks
short.
ago, Carl. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I know. It's just what's it called? Legion has clouded my. I've totally forgotten about Lord.
Hey guys, and welcome to another Mythic dungeon run. Today we'll be doing Assault on Violet Hold. This is actually a remake of the original Violet Hold, which premiered in Wrath of the Lich King. It's in the same exact place and it's the same exact concept, so there'll be ads that spawn out of portals, you kill them. Once enough ads and portals have been downed, you face a random boss. So the bosses change pretty much each time you go in there based on instance lock. So we won't be covering all of the bosses, just the ones that we did, and this will be from my paladin's point of view. The first one is this vampire lady that we had. So as I mentioned, the order of the bosses and which ones you do may change. You may get ones that we didn't get, so I'll just be covering the ones that we got. Basically, this is a lot like Blood Queen Lilienthal, so someone will get a debuff, and if you get it, you're healing and your damage will go through the roof. And once the buff is about to expire, you have to go and bite someone, like just right there. Mine was about to expire and I bit someone. So now we both have it, and we both have extra healing and damage outputs that we can do. So in this way, if you can execute that part of the mechanic well enough, it's pretty much just a DPS check, and it's one of the few bosses in here that is a DPS check. As you can see, our DPS is not the greatest in this run, so we barely just got it. It also helps if the DPS are the first ones bitten, whereas with this one I seem to get it first both times, which I kind of tried to help out a bit with damage, but what can you do? So the next boss, this is Wrath nostalgia just everywhere, was this Nerubian beetle guy. Basically, he's got two mechanics. He does a frontal cleave, I want to say. It's not really a cleave, like it's a frontal cone, rather. He will also summon ads. If the ads don't die, they do more and more damage to the group. So kill the ads, avoid the cone. So we did get that down, fortunately. This is a bit of a carry because this paladin that I'm on currently isn't the rogue, which is my main, obviously. And so it's a bit under geared. It's barely 800 item level, so I can't even get into heroic queues yet. So I think I'm doing pretty well considering. Anyway, this is the next mini boss. So again, don't pop all your cooldowns, save them for the last boss. With this guy, basically you just, if you get the debuff, you move away from other players. He also has a cast bar, which is interruptible, so just interrupt that. And the ads can pretty much just be cleaved down. So he's not quite as difficult as a main boss because he is just a mini boss. So the previous mini boss and this boss, who's the last boss, are always the same. So they're consistent with each time you run this instance. Other than these two, as I mentioned earlier, all the bosses will change. So with this guy, he has a few mechanics. So he has a frontal cone, which he did earlier, where he slams down right there. He also has a debuff, which he puts on people, and after the debuff expires, they'll release 4 shadow waves in random directions in an X plane, I guess. So X and Y plane. So either try and use elevation to make it so that those don't hit anyone. And what I mean by that is if you're below, like down the stairs, it'll go down the stairs and it won't hit anyone on top of the stairs. Or if everyone is at the bottom of the stairs and you go up the stairs, it won't hit anyone on the bottom. So that's an easy way to avoid it. Just use the up and down stairs. Just use your environment to your advantage. Finally, he'll target a random player, which he's doing now, and there'll be spikes on either side, which you can see, and all you do is click those to avoid, to help that person out of the stun lock that they're in. So that one isn't based on damage, it is just based on clicking the spikes. Easy enough to do, anyone can do it. Get them out, don't let your allies die. He's never actually beaten down on anyone with that mechanic, but I imagine it either hits really hard or insta-kills. So it's really easy to avoid, just click and you'll be fine. So that is the final and fourth boss of this instance. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you. Bye!